You're listening to The Monetized Mom, the podcast that teaches moms of faith how to monetize their expertise online to create influence, impact, income, and more importantly, financial independence. I'm your host, Flo Alexander. Let's chat. Hey mama, if you are tuned into this episode, you're probably looking to grow your coaching business. Well, you are in luck. I just released a new training on how to launch a high-ticket program that clients will pay thousands for, even if you don't have your program created. Now, you can access it now at themonetizedmom.com/training. That's themonetizedmom.com/training. Again, that's themonetizedmom.com/training. Now, let's get on with the show. Hello, everybody. I hope that you are doing well and that you are doing amazing today. So today I want to talk about the real cost of having a coaching business in 2023. And this question or this topic actually came from one of my clients. I sent out a message saying, hey, I'm recording some podcast episodes and I think I was about to do my live stream. I was like, hey, what are some things that you guys would like to hear? And one of the responses that I got back was funding your business when money is tight. And I really wanted to spin that topic on its head and really address what is the actual cost of running a coaching business so that you can actually financially prepare for it. So with that said, let's talk about leveling expectations to begin with. I feel like I always need to start with that. Let's level expectations because I think some damage has been done to the online space. And unfortunately, I think I may have been a part of it in some ways in that we have created this idea that you can literally start a business with $0. Now, I will say this, you can sell digital products and start an online business for $0. So if you're selling digital products like ebooks, printables, and all that stuff, you can definitely do that for zero or minimal cost, right? So Canva, you can use that for free to create digital products. I even have a course where I teach people how to create digital products within Google Sheets and stuff. It is possible to start for free. But I think when we start talking about higher level business, when it comes to high ticket coaching and just higher levels of business where you're doing more than just putting a product out there that's going to, just cost little to no investment for your consumer, right? When you're talking about higher level business, I think there needs to be an understanding that investment is necessary. And I feel like I've mentioned this before, but if you think about real businesses, and I don't want to say online businesses aren't real because they are very real. People are very much making a lot of money online. But when you think about brick and mortar businesses or even corporations, they understand that there is an upfront investment that is required for their business before they even start making money. I mentioned this on a previous podcast episode where I was talking to my CPA and she's not on the online space at all. All of this is new. When I came to her talking about, coaching program, this and this, she was like, what are you talking about? Okay, you're a consultant. It's really how she pegged it, right? Nonetheless, she deals with other clients. And one of the things that we talked about when we first hired her as our CPA was hey, okay, we're branching out into this new area within your business. We understand that you're going to have an upfront investment and you may not make that money back right now. And I mentioned before, most businesses are not profitable within the first several years. That's because there are some upfront investments that are necessary in order to get your business going. So let's level expectations when it comes to business is that you are going to have to make an upfront investment if you want to have an actual real sustainable business where you're selling high ticket, where you're really have, a higher level business is what I will call it. Anybody can sell stuff online. Anybody can sell ebooks, anybody can sell printables, anybody can start an Etsy shop, all that stuff where it's $0 investment. However, if you're building a substantial business that's going to have roots deep in the ground and a firm foundation, you have to understand that there is an investment that's going to be required. So now let's talk about what that investment actually looks like from a coaching business perspective, because I know it's people out here telling y'all that y'all can start a coaching business for free. Hopefully I never said that, but if I did, I'm retracting that statement. So I'll say this. When I started coaching in 2017, my coaching was very lean. And by lean, I meant I was using like a free Acuity account, which is no longer in existence. Like, I think it's been bought out by Square. I don't even know if it's called Acuity anymore, but you definitely got to pay for it now. I know that. But I was using a free Acuity account for people to schedule their calls. People were making payments. I can't even remember, maybe via PayPal, I want to say, something like that. And, I was using Zoom, I'm sure, for free, because obviously Zoom has grown leaps and bounds since 2017. But I was using Zoom and then like Google Drive to drop their files. So I was running a very lean coaching business. And that's not to say that you can't do that now. But I think what people are expecting a high level of income for a very low level of excellence, if that makes sense. Right? So you want to do the bare bones, but you want people to pay you the high ticket. And I just don't think that's fair. Where I was at in my coaching business at that point completely made sense. If I'm only charging you $97, $67 a session, like, I'm not rolling out the bells and whistles, right? Because I can't afford to. But if you're charging someone $5,000, $10,000, then in my opinion, the expectation should be that the level of service, meaning the level of tools necessary to support that, should be a little bit more elevated. And so that means that there is an investment required for that. So I'm going to run through the systems and tools that I use in my business and that my clients also use that require an investment. And I'll try to gauge and give you an idea of what that cost is so that you are aware. So first things first, when you are running, I would say, a high level coaching business, which most of you guys want to do, you need to have a CRM, which is a customer relationship management system. And so for me, I use an all-in-one system. I use Kartra. And in this system, I'm able to do email marketing. I'm able to send out text messages. I am able to do like landing pages, sales pages. I'm able to host videos. I'm able to host my learning portal for my coaching program. I'm able to do everything, webinars, all that stuff, if I wanted to, is housed within that platform. Now, there are obviously other platforms that you can use separately to handle those things. Like, you can get a separate email marketing software tool that you can use. And then you can have one that's specifically for creating landing pages and sales pages. And then you can have something separate for payment processing. But I would say at this point in my business, at least, I need something that's all in one, where I don't have to be plugging together and zapping together 5 different platforms to get the job done. So with that said, I use Kartra. This is what I recommend to my clients. And I want to say the price has gone up. So let's say at the lowest level, it's probably like $100 a month. So if you are trying to plan out what your investment is going to be, I would say plan to have like $1,200 for a CRM system, like a really good one. Again, like I said, you don't have to use what I use, but there are other email marketing, landing page, payment processors, all that stuff that exists separately. You would just have to integrate on the back end. And I know most people are not techie. And so why even try? Just go ahead and get something that's all in one. And I'll, of course, leave a link for Kartra in the description of this episode so that you can get a free trial for that. All right. So, or at least I won't say free trial. Let me backtrack. So that you can get a trial for it. I think currently they're running a 30-day or something trial for $1. So I'll give you that. And then, so you have a CRM. And this is where you're able to communicate with your clients. So being able to send out emails, where you're able to track their progress throughout the sales cycle, their customer journey, all that stuff. So in addition to that, you obviously are going to need, because it's online coaching, a virtual communication tool. My tool of choice is Zoom. Obviously, you can use Google Meet for free. I've tried Google Meet and it just wasn't my tea. So nonetheless, you need some kind of virtual communication tool, and I prefer Zoom. So that's another expense that you can add. Now, like I said, Zoom used to be free. When you were doing like one-on-one calls, you could talk forever. Now, not so much. So I want to say like Zoom is probably less than $15 a month at the time of this recording. So obviously do the math on that, what you will need to save for your for Zoom. And don't be using your company account. don't be using your company account to host your coaching calls on Zoom. Like, don't do that. Don't, keep it separate. So just go ahead and invest in that, or be prepared to invest in that. And then obviously there are some things that you can add on to Zoom. Like, I have to add on storage because of the amount of calls and videos that I do, but nonetheless, having Zoom. And then I use Loom, which is a screen recorder where you can, like, when I'm working with my clients, they have questions, I'm able to respond back with a video. And so I use Loom for that. And that used to also be free for like unlimited. However, that now comes with a price. I want to say it's like maybe like $10 a month for it now. So add that cost as well. And then so those are the basic, I would say those are the basic tools that you need, and maybe like a Google Drive folder or something like that. But that, of course, is free unless you need extra space like me. So nonetheless, those are the upfront expenses that I think you should be prepared for when you are starting your coaching business. Just be prepared for it, right? So I know we like to find ways to do stuff for free and for cheap, and I've done that route, and I'm going to tell you that's just, don't give yourself the headache. Have something where you know you can operate in excellence and be confident in your systems. And so these are the ones that I would recommend. Now, in addition to that, I would also say, if you are a coach today, in today's world, like, relying solely on organic traffic is going to hinder your progress and your ability to even be able to make that money back quickly. So I definitely say investing in ads was probably one of the best things that I did with my business, and I would honestly attribute to the fact of why I was profitable with launching this coaching aspect of my business. Having paid ads through whatever your platform or choice is, I prefer to use Facebook or Meta. I was able to become profitable because I was able to reach more people in a shorter amount of time. So the people who were ready to buy, I was able to reach those people, and I was easily able to make up the expenses that I had already invested into my business. But it's important to know that you're going to make that investment up front. So when you're thinking about how much it's going to cost me to run my business, think about ads, having an ad budget of at least a couple $100 a month if you can. Having your CRM system, having a way to communicate like via Zoom, so whatever that's going to cost you. And then I use Loom. You don't have to use that in your business, but another way to communicate with your clients as well. And then like a cloud storage. So those are things that you need to keep in mind as you are, building your coaching business. Like, it's going to come with some expenses. So be mindful of that and just put money aside for it. I said this in one of my previous episodes. If you are working a full-time job, like, this is your advantage. You have the means to be able to put that money aside to fund your business, so that, it's one less thought that you have to think about as you are trying to get clients. And then, of course, as you get clients, you're able to fund those expenses from your business. But I would say, if you're getting like a tax refund, if you're getting a bonus, like, keep in mind that, hey, this is something that these are the funds that I need to set aside for my business to help it grow. And then when I get clients and start getting clients, like, it's going to be self-funding, like, it's going to be self-sufficient. It's going to be able to fund itself. So those are the things that I would tell you to keep in mind, the real cost of actually running a coaching business. Now, as for the original kind of question that kind of sparked this podcast episode to begin with, how do you get funding for your business when money is tight? Y'all know I come from the personal finance space, and I am a huge advocate of being debt free. My personal preference, I am all about self-funding your business. I don't want to owe nobody nothing. I don't want to make money and then have to go pay Peter and Paul. Absolutely not. So I am of the persuasion that you self-fund your business, but I understand that there are people out there who are like, well, I just want to use credit or whatever. I'm not one of those coaches that's going to teach you how to do that. And also, just stay away from those people online telling you how to get funding for their business and they don't know what they're talking about. So just FYI. So my means of funding my business has always been self-funding through large windfalls of money. So if I ever got a tax refund, if I ever got a bonus, anything like that, or to be quite honest, if I'm real with y'all, like selling shares of stock, that's something that we've done in the past and put money toward the business. These are all ways that I have funded business. Now, if you are thinking, okay, what can I do within my business to make money to help cover the cost? Then something as simple as selling a digital product always works. Or if you're in the early stages of your coaching business, selling strategy sessions. So I told y'all I started out with selling coaching for like $67 a session and then like $97 or whatever. Having something low ticket like that and getting more volume of it can allow you to start funding those things that you need in your business to sell high ticket. But I would not stay in that place very long, because you don't want to be that person that's only constantly doing like $97, $197, $297 sessions that you don't even have time to promote the bigger ticket item that you have, which is your coaching program, that's actually going to get the bigger transformation that people are looking for. But I will say something that you can do in the interim is sell digital products. So maybe it is selling an ebook or something like that. That is one way that you can fund. And quite honestly, that's how I built my business, the financial education and coaching business. That's what built it: content creation, selling digital products. And then I was able to branch out into coaching and to be able to make more money in a lot less time. So I would just say those are some ways, but I am a huge advocate of self-funding, and you do that through having your career. So with that said, that's honestly the real cost of having a coaching business, I feel like, in 2023. If you want to serve something with excellence, there's always going to be someone who tells you that you can do this for free or you can do this low cost. And there are ways to run your business such that you position yourself to be profitable and you're not, wasting time or money up front. However, I think these are the necessary tools in order to get started and to maintain a business that you can serve your clients with excellence. And that's what you want to do at the end of the day. So hopefully this was helpful. I hope that it provides some insight on what you need to be saving or what you need to financially prepare for as you are running your coaching business. As always, I hope that you found this episode helpful. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. And with that, I'll talk to you in the next episode.